I was sitting here thinking about after a couple months of me being away from this channel, there's so much that happened for me in my time with God, my searching, my questioning, and my coming to different conclusions on certain things, or not even conclusions, but maybe like a different hypothesis altogether, if that makes sense to anyone, about life and how God sees us. And in short, let me say this. The reason why I'm coming to those conclusions, or the new hypothesis altogether, is that God took me aside for those couple months that I've not been speaking on this channel like I was. He took me aside and he started healing this part of my heart that I didn't even know was dead. And I'm just gonna be totally honest with you all. Why not? What's the point of me even sharing my thoughts to the world if I'm not honest? So there are things in each of our hearts that could use some love. And that's what I've been learning the most over these past couple months, is God took me aside to teach me about love. He said, I want to teach you about love. And I thought he was going to teach me about love for other people. I thought he was saying, I want to teach you about love and how much I love people, and I want you to share that with them. But what ended up happening is he started teaching me about love and what it means to be loved by him in this deeper way. Because I can be so hard on myself at times, all the time, really. And he started to cozy up next to some of those things. And at first it made me uncomfortable, but then he started to show me, hey, it's possible to change. It's possible to be free from these worries in your heart, and I'm going to help you do that. That's what he started saying to me, and I was embarrassed and ashamed that I had those weaknesses in my heart. The insecurities and the coping mechanisms, and all the ways that I'm sure a lot of us cope with life is through things that maybe are not necessarily the healthiest for us. The healthiest way of thinking is more where my issue lies. It's like, I've just gotta believe, and that's just what I would tell myself all these years. You've just gotta believe more, and then your life will get better. But it's not that simple. It is that simple, I should actually say. It's actually about receiving God's love more for ourselves. And not thinking that life is only about other people, and that by serving other people, that will make God happy with you. And I'm not saying that I've always done that, but I'm sure, for some people here that would be listening to this, people who have or have attempted to have some sort of influence over people's lives to try to help them in some way. And I guess that's why I even started making YouTube videos, is because it was in my heart to share with the world what God was showing me And somewhere along the way, because I've been in ministry with my parents for like 10 years before I started doing YouTube. So, I've been around the church a lot. I've been around people a lot. I've been kind of in the helps sort of world. And I feel like now God is taking me in a little different direction. And that's hard for me to really put into words for you. But I want to be honest, because there are those of you who have been following this channel and who have listened to my prophetic words, and I've had personal correspondence with through email and things like that with people that have become friends of mine because of this community. So I don't want any of you to feel like I'm just abandoning the whole prophetic word community, because I've been doing that for years, just in private meetings. My parents have done home churches for years. And I've really been a part of that world, that side of the church. And then long before that, I was part of lots of different churches. My parents were always serving, like whether on the worship team or what have you. We've always been really involved. But I feel like God's been showing me that he wants me to head in a little different direction than what I have been. And I don't want any of you to feel like, well, where did Missy go? Does she care to share with us anymore like she was? Of course. And I would love to continue to share with you, but I also have to be true to myself, true to what I believe God is having me do at this point in time in my life. And I'm not saying I won't come back, in a full capacity like I once was ever. But God has some things on my heart. There are a list of things that he has for me to start doing. And they're things that are a little more in the creative space. And that's who I've always been, but it's been my heart to serve the people. Because I've grown up in this ministry family and have loved Jesus all my life and have been a Christian all my life, but I feel like God is doing some things in my heart right now. That are better for me to step aside a little bit so that those things could be dealt with. So I will still be presenting my heart in other ways on this channel, through music. Eventually there are some other things that I want to move into on this channel with you all. So I do ask that you would come with me on this journey as I'm moving forward into some other things, because I'll always be a prophetic word person. I have had dreams and visions and understood things from God, at least according to my mind, since I was a little girl. And it's just who I am and how I'm expressing it, whether that's through music or whether that's just through talking like I am right now, whether that's through doing a podcast or through business, even through other creative endeavors, writing, things like that, filmmaking. These are all things I've been interested in my life, and I plan to do all of them in some way. But I just want you friends, who have been with me, to feel like I'm still loving you. I'm still here for you. Even if maybe I'm presenting a little bit differently on this channel, the way I'm expressing what God's showing me and what he's teaching me. And man, I've really been blessed to have this channel for the past 2.5, 3 years. I don't even know how long it's been, but it's been quite some time, and I'm blessed to know that I was able to share my prophetic words in that capacity. on sometimes a bigger scale than I was used to, because like I said, I was in home churches for years with my parents in smaller groups, and I would take the microphone and I would prophesy and I'd speak specific things over different people, and I'd share with the group what God was showing me and what visions he was showing me and what dreams he was showing me. That's very natural to me. So I just feel very blessed, fortunate, thankful, grateful for even the opportunity that God gave me, even the idea to put myself online and start speaking prophetic words. But there are just so many people that I've met along the way, that people that have really changed my view of the church as a whole, because I've met people from other countries, I've met people from other backgrounds, I've met people that maybe I've never met before necessarily, because I'm from Connecticut, and there are people that I've met from all over the United States too that love God just like me, and it's helped me see, wow, the church is just so much bigger than I thought, and that gives me hope. So I'm a learner, I'm a seeker, I'm continuing to do what I feel God has me do at this certain time in my life, and I'm really excited for those of you who are still sticking with me and plan to move forward with the things that God puts on my heart to do next on this channel, and even just in my life. And you guys are always in my prayers and in my thoughts, and I'm just so thankful for those of you who have been here, and those of you who will plan to kind of move forward with me as as I'm learning and changing and following what God's showing me to do right now in my life, So my most recent project that I can tell you about before I go is my album Ferris Wheel. That will be coming out on July 30th. And if you want to support that album, you can buy it on Bandcamp. It's called Ferris Wheel, and it will be coming out July 30th. And I'll be talking a little bit more about the album and a little bit behind the songs, as well as playing some live performances coming up over the next few weeks. I'm going to be releasing one live performance a week from the new album Ferris Wheel, and I've got some cool merch that I can't wait to show you guys that'll be available on my Etsy shop. So these are some examples of some other ways that I feel to go toward. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like a magnet. Like, it's almost like I'm not even fully choosing it in a sense. That's how I know it's God. It's like I'm kind of stepping in this current, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of taking me there. Of course, with anything in life, you can pull yourself in and out of things by your free will, but it's that feeling of like, I feel God bringing me towards some other things, and that is music. And I've always shared music with you guys on this channel. I've played music for years, long before I had this channel. I've had lots of other, I've been on the internet for a while in different capacities. And so I'm excited about this new album, Ferris Wheel, and I'm going to be releasing some of those live songs that I want you guys to listen to. But like, it's not just that I want you to listen. Like, I want my music always to be an experience. Like, there's always a deeper meaning behind everything I write. It's not just my own experience. It's like what God's showing me through it, and what I feel could maybe help other people through similar things. And I mean, all music really is that in a sense. But I just find that there are some things I can say through music that I don't feel I can just say by speaking alone. There's like this other quality that I feel I can bring forth through music and through writing and things like that, there are other mediums and there are other ways to express the prophetic in my life. And I feel, bottom line, I feel God taking me more in those directions right now. And who knows, in a year, a lot can happen in a year. But I just want you all to know, thank you for even listening this long. But I thought I owed it to you, to just share what's going on and what I've been thinking about and where this channel is heading, and that, I love you guys, and I'm thankful that you've been part of what I've tried to bring forth in the world. And so I love you guys so much, and you're in my prayers. You can always leave comments below what's on your heart, and I would love to hear what you guys think of the album Ferris Wheel as it kind of rolls out over the next month throughout July, and then it will come out on the 30th, and you can buy it on Bandcamp. You could stream it on Spotify. I'm going to be posting it for free on my channel, but if you want to support it, the best way to do that is to purchase it on Bandcamp. And I'll also have my merch available soon. I'm excited for that to drop and for you guys to see it. All right. Well, it's been Missy Gordon here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.